So, here we go. This is what we're going to be doing, which is we're doing a bit of ASMR of my hands, you know, those YouTube videos. But yeah, this is the one we're doing, which is the T-16 Skyhopper and the Bantha set. I figured it'd be a nice one to start off with because I'm actually a big fan of the Tuscan Raiders. And when I saw this, I actually picked it up and I was like, yeah, a Tuscan Raider microfighter is quite nice. I mean, I don't really, I'm not sure how you could consider a Bantha a microfighter, but it's on land, you know. Because the gimmick of the microfighters, I assume, is supposed to be ships usually, but I kind of like the Bantha the way it's been designed, at least on the box art. And of course, you've got the good old T-16, which is a land ship. Is that a very Kicks thing to say? I didn't even realise that. To be honest, maybe I said that without realising it, kind of thing, you know. So yeah, let's crack this baby open and begin. I'm just going to feel around for the tab on the back. I actually want to do it like this. When I hear the box being ripped or being opened, I should say. There we go. Using my boomer strength to open it up right now. So first things first, whenever you do Lego, is to get the little packets out. So that's the T-16, and we also have an instruction booklet for the Tuscan. It's quite a nice, I like how it's come packaged. It's quite nice. And then you just fold that up and you can keep the box if you want to box it up again. So, you got two instructions here. I'm assuming this is it's the Skyhopper one. And here we have the Tuscan Raider one. I'm going to start off with the Tuscan one since I have a bit of a love for the Tuscan Raiders quite a lot. Should I keep the instructions on screen? I'm assuming I should, really. That way everyone can know that I'm following them to the T. I mean, if they were off screen, I'd be looking anyway. Oh, hey Exeter, how's it going? Welcome to the first Lego stream of the month. It's actually exciting because I actually get to do something I'm a big fan of, which is this is the set we're doing. It's the Tuscan Raider and T-16 Skyhopper microfighter set. I'm quite a big fan of the Tuscan Raiders, and the T-16 is quite neat as well. I actually have good memories with the T-16 Skyhopper because Rogue Squadron had a mission where obviously you're playing as Luke, and you have to do 3 races in Beggar's Canyon. I'm trying to remember who the pilots are that you race against. I know Wedge is there. Dak, the guy that's Luke's tow cable pilot in The Empire Strikes Back, he's there. I'm trying to think of the other guy. It's escaping my mind who the other guy is. But yeah, yeah, it is. It's funny you say that. I was looking at the rifles that they use as well. Not too long ago myself. I was looking at some of their weaponry. The gaffy stick's kind of one of my favorite weapons they use. Because I recently saw, a bit spoilerific here, but I did see a certain character in The Mandalorian using one to great effect, by the way. Like in terms of like hand-to-hand combat, it was really cool to see that. I'm a bit of a fan of like, you know, close quarters. More than I am projectile based, but you know. Right, I'm doing the cardinal sin where I'm just putting all the pieces out and about. I'm sure this is gonna not come back to bite me. I suppose the first course of action would to be make the gaffy stick. That's if the gaffy stick is in here. I don't think it is. Nope, doesn't look like it. Well, we can put our little Tuscan Raider together first, I guess. Pretty easy peasy. I actually like the detail on his headpiece. There we go. Backprint's pretty impressive as well. Like nice detailing. You don't even show up in the viewer list. I guess you're that early, right? So yeah, there's our little Tuscan Raider. Right, I suppose we can just start on the Bantha. Yeah, you're a ghost right now. This is going to turn into that one Drakenlord stream where it takes me like 5 hours to do one set, isn't it? Name on the list. You just made the list. It's a reference only so many will get, but yeah. Very Polish. What's very Polish? Oh, you mean the tea that you're making? I'll try and stay out. I've got to remember to keep my hands in front. Like I said, it's all brand new to me, so it's going to take a while, you know, as it were. Okay, that looks right so far. At least according to the picture. What part is that again? It's a free piece. I feel like they should have made the brown a little bit lighter. Then again, it could be just my lighting in my room. The brown looks a bit dark to me. That or it's my partial color blindness affecting me a little bit. Okay, there we go. So far, so good. I haven't messed up yet. I've done that before where I'm putting sets together and I tend to mess up somewhere along the lines. Oh, the gold pieces are in there. So yeah, I'm gonna have to like put these in a small pile. Kielbasa. You know what else we can do while we're here, actually? We can put his gaffy stick together now that we've opened this packet. So let me just quickly revert to the first page. mix the bricks together of the two sets. Oh god, that wouldn't be a very good idea. I'd end up not being able to differentiate. So let me double check the instructions a bit closer first on inspection. Oh, I see. It's a separate piece. That's the piece I'm looking for. It's coming together. You know what I like? I like the fact that the Tuscan Raiders are allowed to like customize the gaffy sticks the way they want to customize them, to add a bit of personalization to their close quarter brutality, as it were. Of course, in Lego, there's only a preset way of doing them, but you never know. You could get creative with spare parts and make your own variant. Or if you want to get real crazy, like I do, you could just give this guy a lightsaber and pretend that it's a charade hat. There we go. Got his good old gaffy stick. He's ready to hit people in the back of the neck with it. Yeah, condensed milk is nice, to be fair. And like you say, it's very, very creamy. So it's all good. So yeah, this is the bit that I was on. Here, I'll move the instructions in plain view. I'm doing these Lego building streams once a month, so you're going to get to see like a set once a month. There's also one set I'm going to be considering, which is not technically Lego, but I might do that on like April, in the April month, because of it, being April Fools or something. What am I looking for here? It's like a bit with a thing attached to it. I'm not very good at describing parts naturally. I just kind of look at them and I think that's the part, isn't it? There, that is. I just refer to it as this part, usually. Okay, that bit goes on top. Right, next we have a little square block piece. I think it has a hole in it, so I think it's this one we need. It's really weird looking off to the side and seeing the stream on tablet. But I did that to look at the chat as well. I mean, I could see it on my phone, but I didn't really know ahead of time until I started Go Live, so. It's free piece we need. And a 2-piece. That is not it, and that is it. There we go. Another 3-piece and a gold piece next. Get to hear all the Lego rattling. Oh, there it is. Put the instructions upward. There we go. That way everyone can yell at me in the chat if I'm doing it wrong. Right, there we go. Push that there. Oh, I know what those pieces are. I've seen those. And we need 2 of those red pieces, which, red in a sea of brown and tan. It's not exactly going to be hard to find. Although it could blend in with the... Well, actually it doesn't. It's actually a bit brighter. I was going to make some terrible comment that it blends in with the blanket. Or throw, as some people call them. There we go. Looking good so far. So the bulkiness of the Bantha's already kind of coming together. Okay, we need 2 of these things. these ones. On each side, naturally. I'll tell you something, streaming with a tripod is really making me check my posture. I can't slouch as much as I do on stream. I have to like sit with my back right up. So it's a bit of a reality check right now for my posture, which is quite cool. So what do we have here? Oh, upside down? Okay. I was wondering why it looked a bit strange. Yeah, it's got to be like that now. I'm assuming we're doing the feet. Or I suppose hooves in this case. I mean, they wouldn't really have feet, would they, Banthas? It'd be hooves, I suppose. So these go in like that. Your posture's not as good. If you slouch a lot, yeah, it can backfire on you. And I'm not gonna lie, I do slouch quite a bit when I'm streaming. At least when I'm just sitting down playing a game. But I'm on the chair, but I'm like having to lean forward a bit because I have to get my hands in focus and whatnot. But it's no big deal because it'll strengthen my back doing it like this. I can get used to it, and you know, a once a month stream of Lego streams is not a deal breaker. Is that supposed to go that way? That looks a bit strange to me. But we'll do as the instructions tell us, because it's got to be accurate. Oh, I see what they're doing. It's causing like a sort of walk forward look kind of thing. Like it's in mid movement. So that's yeah, that's kind of nice actually. It's got you're giving me the detractor treatment. Oh, this is going to be fun. Looking forward to that. No, I'm not too. I'm not too. I'm not going to get triggered or anything like that. I'm going at my own pace anyway. Okay, so this is a separate part now. This bit. It's funny. I've actually got the Beggars Canyon theme in my head from Rogue Squadron actually going on right about now because I feel like I'm actually kind of racing myself in a weird roundabout way. Is that the piece I'm looking for? Yeah, it is. It's just the picture of it looks a bit off. Actually, no, that might not be it. Oh no, I'm struggling. No, hold on a second. Oh, is this it? You're too lazy. That's the piece I'm looking for. It looked weird, that did. The picture didn't really do it much justice. I guess it's the angle I'm looking at. Plus, you know, I've got a tripod in front of me and whatnot. Everyone's going to be like, here come the excuses. Nah, it's all good. Trying to keep myself occupied here. So it's the same piece, but I'm just failing to see it. Oh, it's right in front of me. Bit of a facepalm moment there. And then what is it here? 3 of the triangular pieces. I'm actually enjoying putting this together, to be fair. And plus, you know, Tuscan Raiders and Banthas are like one of my favourite things. So it goes over the front like this. There's the front piece. Oh, it's getting a bit more in-depth. So what piece do they need? This piece. This is what I'm looking for. He held up the instructions. Bit with the clipper part at the end. Oh, it's this piece here. And it's 2 black pieces that go inside each other like so. Like this. He'll be right back. Okay, man. Then what? You clip this underneath. I'm assuming this is the tail we're making. Because none of this screams Bantha head to me right about now. Yeah, it is. There we go. Oh, there's a detail missing. Whoops. That's what I did wrong. I put it on the other stud. It's supposed to be a bit closer. I was wondering why I had 2 studs as opposed to 1 for a moment. I was a bit confused there. Oh, that isn't the front, it's the back. My bad. So that's where the tail clips. This is going to be the front where the head is then, obviously. Oh, hey sis, welcome to the once a month Lego stream. Oh, sorry about the sound, I'm just adjusting in my chair. Yeah, I'll move the camera down a little bit more to give you guys a bit more of a wider view. There we go. So we're going to need this piece here, and then a gold piece. Is that flat? Yeah, it's flat. It's not a 2-piece stud. And then what is it? A 2-piece brown piece and one of those weird side pieces here. It's kind of, I don't know what shape that's supposed to be. It's like triangular with square at the bottom of it. And then we connect another brown piece underneath this part. Like so. Oh cripes, this looks a bit confusing. So the other pieces that are like that have got to go here. And there's a certain detail for how this goes. So that goes that way. Oh, I see. It's not as in-depth as I was making it out to be. I'm being over the top with that. Yeah, I'm doing good, thank you. How are you doing? Good to see you on, by the way. That don't look right to me. Something looks off. Hold on a second, I've got to rectify the error. Good. It is. No, don't go that way either. Hold on, it's just like, oh, I see. There's a separate piece entirely that's... It looks a bit similar, but it isn't. No, it does. Where am I going wrong here? Hold on. Oh, God. First casualty, I've dropped a piece. Ugh. It's alright, I got it. Welcome back. You can't miss this moment. No, the moment where I'm missing up the side of the Bantha pretty badly, actually. No! Oh, dropped it again. Butterfingers. Ugh. Don't worry, it's fine. That's the second dropped piece we've had, by the way, now. I'm keeping a track of how many times I drop pieces. Right, so, as far as I know... You know what I've done wrong? I've just realised. I'm dumb. I didn't put this piece on. I just literally looked over and realised. I was like, no wonder it doesn't look right. There we go. That's the way. Hold on, let me look at this other piece here. There we go. Cripes, that. Just to get the side piece done. But I did it. Yeah, it looks strange in the booklet, but it is pretty accurate, I think. Yeah, it's the angle it's shot at. It looks strange. There we go. Everyone's going to be like, that part where you did the side panel and then did the other side panel, it was so painful to watch. LOL. So, you know. Right, this bit I can't mess up. Or can I? Well, I'm doing it the wrong way. That's the problem. One side is not done with the other side yet. There we go. And then we get the brown piece here. If I can find it. There we go. That's the way. And then we turn it over. And we do the same deal here again. Hopefully everyone's had a nice chill day today, right? Oh no, it's the other side piece that I've got to do. It's the same deal, but just mirrored. I'm overreacting to it. So let me get those side pieces, like, grabbed and moved aside. Because I find them a little bit, not confusing, but like, it's best if I have them all put together. Oh, someone gifted you a sub. That's cool. Oh, yeah, I've just realised you've put the emoji with the, well, the emote with the Christmas hat on. That's kind of nice. Okay, where's the two-piece? Here we are. Right, don't forget that bit on the end. Because that was my downfall last time. See, I'm adapting. Well, I'm trying to, I should say. Okay. Just gotta look at this correctly again. A bit of a stickler for detail, not gonna lie. I think it's going to be a given. We're going to get probably a couple of spare parts left, like you usually do in some sets. That's the piece I'm looking for. Chocolate. It kind of does look a bit like chocolate, doesn't it? It's not the kind I'd want to eat, though, to be fair. I've got a Milky Way over there just staring at me in the face, but I'm like, no, I've had enough chocolate for today, to be honest. Right, then we clasp the bottom piece on, like that. And there we go, our little Bantha has both sides. Yeah, chocolate. Rightio, what we have here now is the bit on the top to do, which is that a solid brown piece? Yes, it is. It's completely brown all the way through, like this. So satisfying when you hear the snap. It's like, yes, progress. It's all coming together. That's not the piece we need, is it? It's a clasping piece. Actually struggling to find it. Where is it? Oh, there it is. It's hidden underneath that piece there. Oops. It seems to come off quite. There we go. I've got to press that really deep. And then it's the two pieces here and place them like so. Pog red like your new colour. I do actually. I think you've been read in my chat for like a while, though. At least I think your name has always been red. Actually, no, it was blue. So yeah, you have changed it then. So there we go, that's our Bantha so far. Just like in the picture. After like struggling to do the side plates. I'm not going to lie, those bits on the side were a little bit confusing, to be fair. That still doesn't look accurate, to be fair. I'm probably going to have to play around with that. Yeah, I've definitely not done that correctly. It's supposed to be the same on the other side, isn't it? Whoops. Try and dig this out so I can rectify our little mistake. There we go. I've fixed the issue now. We can't like, we can make mistakes, but we have to fix them. Can't half-ass anything here. So it's just one of these on here. Next is what looks like, I'm assuming, the backpack piece on the Bantha, because they do use Bantha to carry their stuff, which I actually kind of like the thing they have going on with the Banthas. There's like this spiritual connection that they have with their Banthas. It's kind of like how people that ride their horses have a spiritual connection to their horses because of how close they are to them in a sense. It's that kind of thing. There we go. And obviously the other piece here. That looks even. Now I need the triangular pieces, which obviously connect like this. Good stuff. Right now we actually get to construct the head. I know, right? Out of everything we've constructed, we've got the head to do now. I suppose you could say they saved the best for last with the Bantha. So we need this 3-piece to start, and then a 2-piece. I just need to bring it up a bit closer, just so I know what I'm looking at. Oh, I see. Sorry, it took me a moment to realise what I was looking at. Yeah, like that. Clasp down like this. And we get this 2-piece here. Clip that into place. Ah, nope, you're not dropping this time. Ballpoint piece here. Next we get to do the eyes, which are 2 black pieces with basically the 2 discs on them. Yeah, you can tell that my grip isn't the greatest sometimes, especially with Lego. It takes me a while to realise what I've gripped, and then before I know it, I'm dropping it. It looks kind of goofy already. I like it. We just need to put the eyes on the side now. We need Banthas in Minecraft now, to be fair. Mind you, though, a Star Wars texture pack would be cool where you could have Banthas as cows. Oh, and we need this 2-piece on the front. Of course, it won't be a Bantha without its iconic horns, which we'll be doing now. Wrong way. Right way. There we go. Nervous looking. No, don't worry. It's all under control. At least I think it is. And we've got the 2 pieces here to put down. There it is. You cannot escape me. Okay. And that bit of blue poking out is bothering me, but I guess I can only really do what's viable. Yeah, there's going to be a bit of blue poking out. It's probably because of how far the rods can go. I like the way they've done the horns, though. That's actually quite nice. Oh, is that a spare horn? Yeah, you get 2 sets of horns naturally, because it's Lego. You get a bit of spare pieces naturally. I'll show you the spare piece tin in a moment or so when we've done with the T-16. And then last but not least, upside down, and then we put the neck piece on, because, you know, a Bantha has to have a neck, no matter how thick and chunky it is. And then we got Bantha boy, so... Oh, there we go, it clicks on. And there we go, that's our Bantha. His head moves and everything. I actually like the fact that you can move the head so much. It's quite a nice little feature. And the problem is you get this like janky bit sticking out, but in the photo, I suppose if you were taking a photo, you could just do that. It's very thick and chunky. He's a very chunky boy. It's not a Bantha though, unless our good Tuscan friend is sitting on him and riding him. Out looking for scavengers or crashed pilots to, scavenge some stuff off, I guess. But yeah, that's the Bantha set. Yeah, I like that, to be fair. I can't dislike this. It's too nice. I think my only gripe is, like I said, my only two drawbacks is the two blue pieces poking, and I feel like they could have maybe done some sort of covering for the neck somehow. I don't know how, but it's still fine to me. It looks okay. It looks better when it's at an angle, to be honest. Then you get this guy looking at you like he's ready to roll. So yeah, there's our Bantha with the Tuscan. I actually enjoyed putting that together. Hold on, I'm knocking my tripod again with my chair. Much better. So yeah, that's the Bantha done. Next, we have to do the T-16. And naturally you start off with the pilot. I will put the spare pieces from the Bantha set just into here for now. That was a fail, it just fell through my hand. It's because I'm looking through the viewfinder. There we go. So you got to be smart and not lose your spare pieces, because you never know. You'll maybe want to make a something customized, and you never know what spare pieces you need. We put our Tuscan friend over here. Right, naturally we're going to put our little space pilot together, or rather our pilot. I can't recall now, I don't think Skyhoppers can go into space. I think they behave a bit like snow speeders, where they're just used on the planet that they're on. Like the little the visor that's painted on, it's quite nice. It'll make more sense with his helmet on, actually. I mean, I could complain and be like, oh, there's no visor attached to the helmet, but it makes more sense to have it painted on the face, to be honest, rather than have one of those, you know which visors I mean, the ones that you find in like the generic space sets in Lego City usually, rather than have that come off all the time. At least it's painted onto the face. I actually like the helmet. What is that symbol on his helmet? Is that anything particular? Hold on. No, it just looks like a regular, like, set of... Oh, thank you. It looks like just some red markings. I thought it'd be the Rebellion logo, but it's not. Also, why would a Rebellion have a sky... Why would they have a... Why would they have a Rebellion logo on someone with a Skyhopper, I guess? Because the Skyhopper is not exactly a menacing thing in the sky, really. I mean, they have cannons and that, but I don't think it's a T-16 would go up against a TIE that well, to be fair. They put up a fight, I suppose, but considering what I've seen of the T-16 in Rogue Squadron when I play, it's pretty limited craft. It only exists just for that one racing mission. By this, you mean? Oh, let me quickly check off on my pad. Oh my lord, yeah, I'd I'd love a big set of Lego heads like that, just tons of them. It's funny actually. I've got some Star Wars accessories coming through Amazon. They're not official ones though. They're like kind of custom made, sort of, in a sense. The reason I bought them was because they have the Darksaber included, and there's no sets that have the Darksaber right now. So having like a not a knockoff, but like a custom made Darksaber would be quite nice. It also comes with like some blasters and some Stormtrooper helmets. I'm gonna basically make my own ragtag bunch of Stormtroopers when the accessories come, I suppose. And as for the Darksaber, I'll probably give it to the Moff Gideon custom figure I'm going to try and make. Because there's no minifigure of Moff Gideon that exists yet. So, right, what am I doing? I'm getting ahead of myself. We need to get his... Oh, we need his blaster, of course. He needs to defend himself from the oncoming Tuscan Raider attack. Or raid, in this case. A raid of, like, one Tuscan Raider. This is something else I'm going to go on a little tangent on, actually. I can... Hold on a second. Let me get over to the accessories box here that I have. Let me open it up. Here we go. So I've got like a bunch of accessories here. You got like lightsabers and whatnot. This is a bit off topic, I know. Oh, really? They're worth more than that, I bet. Here we go. Perfect example. Now, I know that these are in sets, and I know kids kind of like the idea that you can fire studs out of these, I suppose, but I'm not too big on them. They look chunky and they look a bit goofy to me, to be fair. Plus, the studs, you end up losing them when you fire them across the room. So, you know, it's... I suppose kids would get a kick out of it these days, but I'm not too keen on losing the bits, to be fair. But me, when it comes down to the blasters, I actually, I prefer them to look, well, like this, like an actual blaster. And you can make the little pew pew sound effects yourself, and you don't lose anything like studs across the floor and stuff like that. Oh, is that on Amazon? No way. I'll have to show you a screenshot of the accessories I've got coming in the post, actually. There we go. It's got a little blaster. And that's like a little sidearm that, somebody flying Tatooine would have, just, the right to conceal and carry, as it were, for self-defense purposes. Right, let's begin. Get to do our T-16. I'm assuming the T-16 is going to be a bit more straightforward than the Bantha. But then again, I could be wrong, right? There we go, that's nice. Clicks in nicely. I'm assuming we're doing the seating area. Buy them. I could buy them. But the thing is, then I'd need bodies for them. Unless I were to make an orc fortress from Mordor and have the heads like hanging on spikes as a warning sign to visitors. Speaking of which, there's not many Lego Lord of the Rings sets anymore. Those sets have all been like bought up and people are selling them for ridiculous prices. And I kind of kick myself every morning regretting that I didn't get those sets at the time. Okay, next we have the two-piece here that goes down like that. I mean, does this set technically count as an original trilogy? I suppose it does, really, because of the Tuscan and the T-16. Although the T-16's only really appeared in other things. I don't remember if they've ever appeared in the original trilogy. I can't recall. I don't think they have. I actually have a Lord of the Rings set, no way. Those things go for quite a bit now online. It depends on the set, but like, you know. Some of the polybags go for insane prices too. There was one that was just Frodo at the beginning of the film, with a table and what looks like a goblet of sorts. And that alone was like going for quite a bit. It was like over the £10 range at the time. It was probably being bidded on at the time when I was looking at it. It was on eBay. I was looking. Let's push this down. Sorry if my verbiage is a little bit repetitive, but it is what it is with Lego. So that clicks in all the way like that, and then we get these pieces. There we go. Next page. Oh boy, what have I stumbled into? Oh no, bulky cannons again. Then again, I don't mind them on craft, actually. Like the stud shooters, I don't mind if they're being put on a Build-A-Duck polybag. The Lego Movie 2 had a polybag set with the heart, didn't it, as well? That was like a thing. They had tons of those by the time the movie had been released. And like they still had tons of them months after the film had been released too. I think at one point Sainsbury's was selling like a bunch of them on sale because they had that many of them. So we have the bulky blaster pieces. I just need the little bits that go in the center, if I can find them, which I'm doing a pretty bad job of, not gonna lie. Oh, they're little grey pieces. There we are. Oh, that's another thing, when you put in these and you gotta like press on them a lot and then you hear the click. Let's go for our another one. I hope that was the that's what you considered the money shot right there. Right, the cannon pieces go on the front, like so. Sorry, my chair's squeaking. Yeah, I see what you mean. Like a lot of movie sets do tend to only be made so many of them. And yes, the Lego movies were good, both of them, the first and the second one, to be honest. As strange as it sounds, I actually like the second one more. But a lot of people seem to prefer the first one the most. It's all down to taste, really, and what you prefer in that regard. In some cases, I do tend to like sequels more than originals sometimes. If there's one set, I need to get a sip of water. Just let me lean over and get it. If there's one sets they're not running out of any time soon, it's the bloody Ninjago sets. They've got like tons of those. But it makes sense because they have like the TV show and any other media of it that exists. Good water. coming along nicely. Sorry, I was looking at what space I was on. I'm space 10, so it's next page. I was like, what's the next part? And I realised there's none. Right, we're on a separate part now. So I'm just going to put this here briefly. Whoops. Clip, clip. Where is the... Oh, there it is. This is what I'm looking for. Jam that on. And then we place this on the front. Like that. These are pretty in-depth for like the Microfighters. Out of all the Microfighters I've assembled, this one seems like it's got like a bit more going for it in terms of depth, I suppose you could say. Why is there a Lego Stranger Things set going for that much? Because they probably only made so many of them, if I had to guess. Also, I'm sure it was like a tie-in promotional set for a limited time, I think. I do vaguely remember seeing a Lego video explaining it. That stuff tends to like go for ridiculous money, especially if they've only made so many of them. I mean, most sets within the year go up in price anyway, because by the time most sets have rolled out and get bought up, they're not making any more for that concurrent year, because they'll move on to the next stuff that they've got for the next year. I'm actually looking forward to the micro sets for this year, actually. There's a Millennium Falcon one with Han, I believe, this time. They've done the Millennium Falcon one before, or Millennium Falcon, however you want to pronounce it. Falcon. They did do one before, but it was just with Chewie. This one is with Han, I believe. I'd actually like to see them do a microfighter of the Falcon based off the Solo film, actually. Because it had a unique design to it. I'm not a giant fan that's in love with it, but it'd be nice to see that version made into a microfighter. Because some designs can get pulled off really well. I promise to do the rest of the show and tell with the other microfighters that I have in my possession after we're done with the T-16. What was I saying? I was just saying that a lot of sets tend to get bought up within a year, and by the time that stuff's been bought up, they're onto the next year of stuff that they're producing that concurrent year following. So, like, if there's something that you really want in a set, something that you really, really want, then I suppose go get it. But if you do wait around, you can be lucky to get stuff on sale. So, usually most of the most common stuff goes on sale, and the most desirable sets don't really go on sale all that much most of the time. So, I remember this set I bought at like full price, I believe. The T-16 and Tuscan set. Me being a bit of an oldie, I couldn't resist anyway, and I was like, well, I can splash out once in a while, right? I believe it was just not long after my birthday when I purchased this Microfighter set. And then obviously I was thinking about, doing the Lego set building on stream once a month, and it's just kind of sat around waiting to be put together, as are most of the other sets. I would show them, but I don't really want to show them on camera. I kind of want them to be a surprise every month in that regard. I have a feeling that the building time for some are going to vary naturally. But these two are pretty in-depth for what they are, to be fair. Because a lot of people tend to discount the Microfighter stuff as like just like little one-off mini-fighter things. But you get pretty decent value for money, considering it's like a miniature-sized version of what you're using. A miniature-sized version of certain ships and whatnot. So I've got to clip these in here now. Is it me, or does this look a bit like looks a bit like a plunger to like unclog your sink? I feel like if they were to do a plumber set, that would easily be a plunger. And yes, I do know Mario sets exist, but like, hey, we need like classic Mario, plumber Mario, like super old Mario sets. Let's see what else we have. Although I've heard good things about the interactivity with the Mario sets. They're very good. There's a lot you can do with them. It's kind of like a Toys to Life kind of thing with them. I would have them myself, but most of the sets take up a lot of room, so you know. And also, it's one of those questions: would I have it out on display that much? I probably wouldn't. Star Wars stuff, I definitely do. It is, isn't it? I've seen the set myself. It looks really nice. I haven't even seen Stranger Things. That's the funny part about it. Is your internet crapping out again? It does seem to happen, doesn't it? There we go. I'll put some prayer hands together for your internet. Let's hope that it fixes soon. Okay, so what are we doing now? What the heck am I even looking at? Okay, so we need this piece. That's established. Oh, I see. Okay, I thought for a second I turned it upside down, but that's not the case. Yeah, there we go. Oh, you sent a huge link. If you want to link me any cool things on with Lego and stuff, just Discord it, and then I'll look after the stream. It's a shame I can't look because I don't have Discord on my tablet. I should look into that, to be fair. Also, I don't I want to look on Discord right now, but if I do, I feel like the stream just might collapse on itself. I mean, you can multitask with phones, I know, but like the last time I messed around doing multiple things on phone, the stream just abruptly ended. So I'm not chancing it, sadly. Which is why I should get Discord on my tablet, to be honest. Have I done this wrong? Something looks off. Yeah. I thought something looked strange. This bit's supposed to go up, so there's two pieces here. No, that's our third casualty. It's okay. Nothing to worry about. I've picked it up. I always feel like I'm putting these in the wrong way, and then I realize I'm putting them in the right way. I'm just very cautious about breaking anything. 1, 2, 3, third hole. Then I guess I push that in. Right, we're going to put this over here because we have to do this now. Two grey pieces here with holes in. Put them on top of each other with a red piece on top. So I have to double check I'm picking up the right stuff. There we go. Looking nice. And then this clips on. That don't look right. If I put this in the wrong way, I feel like I have. Yeah, because this is supposed to like clasp. At least I think it is. There we go. My lord, that's a little bit awkward. Okay, it's clipped in now, but that felt really awkward putting in. Oh yeah, we have the booster on the back. This bit's still poking out though. It doesn't look that way in the picture. Yeah, this bit is a bit misleading. Let me see if I've done this the wrong way. Oh, he pushed that all the way in. Whoops. It felt like it wasn't going in, but no, it does. Yeah, this bit was a tad bit misleading. Then again, it was probably just my trepidation of pushing pieces in excessively to ad nauseum. But I don't really want to break anything when I do that, you know. There we go. We're back on track now. Okay, man. I'm sure by the time you get back, I'll still be discerning the next piece. No, it's the fourth casualty. It's alright, it's just by the tripod. I feel like I should have some sort of safety barrier between me and the pieces right now. Okay, I've pushed that in. Let me just place this on top of this. It looks right. Then we get this piece here and place it. Oh, I see, it's the top piece of the hopper. And then we cover this part up with the red piece. Oh no, our Tuscan Raider's fallen over. His Bantha fell in quicksand. Lego TikTok. Well, there's TikToks that have Lego related stuff on them. Some of them are pretty cringe, to be fair. But usually isn't TikTok cringy by nature. So both of these sides have the red pieces on now. Right, we get our plunger pieces now to make a thing on the front. I think this is what the cannon's supposed to be. Either that or it's like some sort of balancing piece. I'm not too sure. Now it looks cannon-like to me. Could be an ion cannon. I mean, who's to say that this T-16 Skyhopper is not customized, you know? Oh, it goes around like a Gatling gun. Too much in love with it. What, the Stranger Things set? It is a good set, to be fair, from what I've seen of it. I haven't even seen Stranger Things. It's like a show I've yet to watch, to be honest. I've got to watch the last episode of Mandalorian, to be fair. Well, I'm assuming they would put a lot of thought into it, and then they'd have the machines print them in a sense to save like time naturally. But yeah, you can tell a lot of the printing, a lot of the thoughts go into the printing. A little off topic actually. I actually did get a mini figure out of like a 99p thing not too long ago. Speaking of detailing, you mentioned printing. Look at that. That's pretty fucking awesome, isn't it? But it gets better. You turn it around. Look at that detailing. You've got like the little flask. You've got the little walkie-talkie that she's got. She's got like the harness there, the detailing. And then you got like the belt itself, the device there. What looks like a mobile phone, tablet-esque device, I suppose. I mean, the detailing on the torso pieces are insane. But like I saw this and I was impressed with the detailing on the torso. And I was like, yeah, I've got to pick this up. This looks really nice. And it was 99p of all things. I don't know if I still have the little booklet it came with. I don't see it anywhere, sadly. But it was like 99p at a store that I was at the other day. And I was like, the detailing on this is too good to pass up. Also, she's got two expressions naturally. Because, you can never get enough Lego heads with double expressions. I don't even know what set she's supposed to be from, to be honest. Because when I found this, it was because there was other ones too, in like these little booklets with a casing on the front for 99p. I don't know if they're just basically Lego minifigures from other sets that were left over. So I'm not too sure. How much quality can my tripod go to? That is a very confusing question because this is a manual tripod where my phone's just resting on it. It says, according to Twitch, when I look at the quality for the stream, I know I'm boring you all with semantics, but it says 720p by source, so I'm assuming I'm streaming by 720 naturally. I probably could go higher, but I don't really want my connection to crap out on me. Plus, I'm not too sure how I'd change the settings from my phone for that anyway. I'm just going with bare basic design settings that it's running off of. Just having a quick sip of water again. And I knock the tripod. I'm surprised I haven't had one of those mishaps where like the tripod just falls over, Because I've seen way too many videos of that happening. It's not highly boring. Well, true, yeah. If you're into that the most, then of course, yeah. Some people are not into it as much. But I know you're into that with the camera and picture editing. I'm hoping the quality's fine enough though at 720, right? It's not too bad, hopefully. It could be worse. It could be 160p, and I could literally be blocky while doing Legos. That'd be meta, to be fair. Meta-ironically. Here we go, we got this bit and this bit now. How many times have I said we got this bit, and this bit clips onto here? But it's all good. That doesn't look right. That's more like it. That's how it's supposed to be. Me too, man. I'm actually enjoying it myself. I'm actually smiling while doing this because it is fun. Like putting Lego together is nice, and there's nothing more wholesome really. And plus, it's Star Wars set, which is one of my favorite franchises. So it's always nice to just chill out and do this. It feels like, it feels like I've invited you over to my house and we're chilling out, kind of deal, but through the internet, really. I can see why people do IRL stuff more often, but like I said, these are going to be done once a month. I don't want to. Um, yeah, yeah, childhood, exactly. I just want to do these once a month, and we can have a bit of a bit of fun with it. I feel like if I was to do IRL streams too often, I would get bored of them, to be fair. And plus, I like playing games on stream as well as doing this too, which came to fruition well, I was talking about doing it last year, wasn't I? And doing it now, which is this year. So technically, this is a New Year's resolution that I've kept to in a sense, if you can call it that. Oh god, that feels really wonky. I'm gonna have to like use my thumb to keep it steady. Oh god, come on. Oh, there we go, cripes. Thought I was gonna break the stick part. Not gonna lie. Right, let's do it again and try not to break it. Next piece. But yeah, doing these once a month will be nice. Like I said, there'll be an April Fool's set that I'll be doing on April. It won't be Lego, but it will be Lego. As weird as that sounds, but we're a while away till April, so you know. But I will make a note of that. Right, push that there like so. Ooh, we get to flip it over and be extra fancy by putting this clasping piece underneath. I always like it when when Legos like flip it over and do this little extra thing. Sometimes it can be completely confusing, and sometimes it's great. Won't be Lego, but will be. I think you kind of know what I'm hinting at, maybe. It's something you can put together like Lego, but not Lego. I'm not gonna allude any more to that because I want to save it for that April stream. Also, another reason why I did today of all days for this is that my Christmas tree actually got took down, and I figured what better way to, I suppose, consummate the tree being put back in the box and back in the attic is, doing a Lego stream. But I think I might actually try and do this every fifth of every month, so it's at the start of the month. I'm not going for a particular theme, by the way, when I'm doing the sets. I'm just going to do them based on interest in that sense. Like, I can look at the sets and be like, which one do I want to put together on stream for this month, kind of thing. Because I do have some other microfighters and some that are not microfighters. I will say this though, I am looking forward to putting a certain prequel set together. That's going to be a lot of fun. So this one clips onto this part here, and that's the wing, first wing. And now it's the same deal. We've already done this ahead of time. We've already saved ourselves a bit of time by doing that one. So I've just got to put the other wing together now. The Toys R Us days. Oh god, yeah. When like prequel stuff was like massive. And some people would like queue up for ages to get certain sets. It's the same deal with games when you'd pre-order them and you'd like line up at the store to get like the big hot new release that loads of people would be playing on day one. And 9 times out of 10 it was usually like Call of Duty and what's the other one that people like to play when it comes to shooting games? Battlefield. That's the one. It was always Battlefield and Call of Duty, where people would be like camping out the stores and be like, I've got to get the next one. And stuff like that. I'm hoping that I'm not breathing into the mic too much. I'm trying my best not to. Because I noticed I was doing that the other day on stream when I was doing Orochi. Actually, I'm actually enjoying Orochi quite a lot. I failed a few times at certain missions, but you know. Oh, do you mean like certain minifigures and parts in like the way they do them now? They're in like cardboard, and then they've got the outline of a minifigure on the front. I think that's kind of what that is now. But I do know what you mean. You're on about the plastic bag of parts that you could buy. I do remember those. I think that's what you're referring to, right? Although you could buy like mini poly bags and you could get like food, Lego food in there, and what were the other ones? Decorations, furniture as well. Um, that more catered towards like generic Lego City stuff. Yeah, yeah, those things. They were, man. They were pretty cool. You can still get them around here, to be honest. And if you can't get them around here anymore, you can just order them on Amazon these days. And they're not as expensive as I remember them. And it was always like full of little things for like other sets and whatnot. Essentially like an accessory filling piece, as it were. Right, is that correct? Yes, I'm assuming that is. Also, the Lego streams will be ad-free, just so you know. So there's no interruptions. I want to have that nice, wholesome, intimate setting. The only ads you'll probably get is if Twitch runs any of them. Then you place the clasp piece on. Oh, and then it shows you how to fire with the stud pieces. I'm not going to load the stud shooters because I don't really feel like losing them. Oh, what the hell. Go on. I can't be a stick in the mud all my life. Let's fire a stud. We'll do it at the box, so that way I don't lose it. In before I lose it forever. Gotta have a little bit of fun here, shooting with the Skyhopper, right? There's our pilot. We'll call him Bob. We'll call him Bob Birkin as a reference to Bob Bergen, the Jedi Academy voice actor for Luke, because why not? Right, how do you fire these? I don't really fire these very often. Oh, cripes, yeah, those have got quite a bit of spring on them. Here's the next one. You probably couldn't see it very well, but because red blends in, of all bloody things. But yeah, it's the T-16. I actually like this quite a lot. I like the T-16 more than I thought I would, to be honest. It's got that nice look to it. Also, the wings can be moved around if you want to. Although I've never really seen a T-16 fly like this. But yeah, good stuff. Really nice. Put that over there. Also, you know, the Bantha's great, and I do like the Tuscan, which is always nice. I like the way they've modelled it. Oh, the tail moves as well. I just realised the tail can move up and down. Yeah, they do like decorate their rooms with Legos. That is true. I don't really have a ton of room in this room, but like occasionally I like to change my shelf up. Um, to be honest, like on occasion. In fact, I'll show you something really cool because why not? We're talking Star Wars. I may as well show you a few more Star Wars things. First of all, though, we have to be sensible, and we have to get the spare pieces and put them in the poly bag. Okay, there we go. I'll quickly show you my spare pieces tub. Let me just move the camera over slightly. Sure thing, I'll have a look at that on Discord. So naturally, everyone has spare pieces when they get sets, or you get like something from a poly bag and whatever. I mean, I had my fair fill of roses, to be fair. There's my spare bits. Once upon a time, I did have like a plastic muffin that you'd open up and you could put them in, but the lid was a bit flimsy, so I got rid of it and used the roses tin from Christmas. Right, time to put these spare bits in now. There we go. I've got some right weird stuff in here. Like, like this. I think I got this from a poly bag. It's one of those generic Lego green poly bags with the characters in. And it came with like a dog sitter, and she had like 2 dogs with her. I like the sausage dog. No, stop. Be quiet. Why? Alexa's talking to me about dogs, even though I didn't say her name. And now I can hear myself back. That's embarrassing. I'm gonna have to disable her when I'm streaming. Yes, doggo time. Real dog simulation here. What else do we have? Oh, yeah, we've got good old chicken. I can't get the autofocus to work very well. Probably because my hands are very shaky. There we go. Good old chicken. Yeah, there's like tons of stuff in here if you just look at it randomly. Like backpacks. There was a few sets that had backpacks in them. You want the chicken. The best part is with the chicken you can do this. There we go. That'll be the next. You know what I should do? I should try and find a bear minifigure, and then I can be like, oh, this is the next Banjo-Kazooie game. Lego Banjo-Kazooie, you know? What else do we have? We've got all sorts in here. Oh, the yellow teacup. Oh, the epic teacup. Me and Sean went to a convention actually, and they had like customized your own minifigures, and I picked the yellow tea mug as an accessory. Also, yeah, I had the Star Wars advent calendar, and my Stormtrooper came with an ice cream. By the way, he didn't come with a blaster. I think there was a mix-up at the factory somewhere. But it's fine because I've got like a ton of blasters from other sets, so I wasn't exactly crying. It looked comedic to see a Stormtrooper um, with a snow cone, but I exchanged it for a blaster in the end because I did have a blaster, spare blaster. I think that's a Ninjago Sai, if I remember correctly, or dagger, I guess you could call them. A sack, which can be carried. I should make this. What's this? That looks really cool. Is that the Stranger Things set now? No, it's not. Old fishing store. Oh, it's got lighting kit with it as well. That looks really cool. That does look pretty pog, not gonna lie. But yeah, these are the accessory tub. No doubt over time it's going to get a lot bigger and with more stuff in it. I mean, heck, I even have a bloody lightsaber hilt already. Didn't I just put a white piece in here just now? Yeah, I did. Yes, it does. I mean, that's pretty short for a lightsaber, but there is a thing called Shodo lightsabers, which are basically smaller ones. They're like Shodo blades. Also, white because Ahsoka purified her red kyber crystal or something. So you could have like white Shodo. Right, I'll put these back in here now. That's the accessories tub shown off. And no doubt it's going to get more full over the time. Roses are quite nice, by the way. This is usually what you get in them most of the time. Oh, you have the blue and green one for the saber sticks. I've got quite a few sabers. I'll show them off in a moment. Hazelnut whirls, signature truffles, all good stuff, all nice chocolatey goodness, which eventually got devoured over time over the course of Christmas. So I'll quickly show you the sabers off. I mean, the sabers, it is what it is. In fact, these are just Star Wars weapons that I've like accumulated through multiple sets. These are like two custom-made white sabers that I made. I made them with like a very bulky hilt, just to give them a bit of a difference. Naturally, you got the stud blasters. I'm not too wild on them, really, but they're a thing. They exist. This is supposed to be a sniper rifle, I believe. This came with the oh cripes, what set was this? It was a Battlefront 2 set actually, based off the game that was recently released, or at least a while ago, like a long time ago. It's the Cerebus squad, I believe. Let me just sort through these real fast. Yeah, I shoved a brown stick on a lightsaber hilt just for funsies. Wooden saber, I guess you could say. Yeah, I've got one of each colour here. There we go. Oh, red. Although red's probably blending in with the throw. There we go. Red. Purple, even though it looks bluish. Probably the camera picking it up like that. Good old green. Although it looks yellowish, but it is green nonetheless. And good old Obi-Wan blue. They've all got black hilts. I bought these online. These weapons here came with the Praetorian Guard sets, I believe. There's quite a few of them. I say quite a few of them. There's like two. The other, I think the spear might be elsewhere. But usually I just place my accessories back in the little bag when I'm done. Oh yeah, you got the good old classic blasters. Pistols as well. Although they look a bit weird with those holes in them. Also, I don't see what purpose the holes serve, really. Eleven's head's very detailed. Oh god, I almost dropped that one again. You got the good old classic metallic hilt. Oh yeah, you got the Flintlock Pistols. Oh, there we go. That's a typical Stormtrooper blaster. You have blaster pistols, then you have blaster rifles. This is another one that came from the Cerebus set. I think this is supposed to be like a grenade launcher or something. It looks too goofy to be a gun to me. Just to design your room, like. Oh yeah, of course. You've definitely got to. Oh, there's a spare piece that's fallen out. I'll put it back in a moment. But yeah, you've got to design your stuff. You know, you got to have your room customized. I have my room in a very minimalist fashion, so whatever I'm putting out on display, I have to rotate every other week or so. I usually change it monthly, to be honest, because I like being lazy. But these two are definitely going on my shelf. The T-16 and the Tuscan. I'll actually show you a few of the other Star Wars minifigures I have in my possession, because why not? I'll show you Christmas Vader. There we go. With his cringy Christmas sweater. In all of his glory. And naturally he's got his defeated Anakin piece, even with the scarring on the back, which is quite nice. I love that quite a lot. This was in the last day of the Lego calendar for the Star Wars one. Ah, here's a Praetorian Guard. Yeah, a lot of them do tend to go up in price. This is the Praetorian Guard. They're from the Last Jedi film, was it? I think it was Last Jedi. Unfortunately, these don't have heads. They come with this blank design because, of course, you wouldn't know who was under there anyway. Plus, it saves on printing. They don't have to print a face every time. They better not do that for the Stormtroopers, though, in the future, because Stormtroopers have always had faces. And speaking of Stormtroopers, we've got a good old classic Stormtrooper here. Yeah, it's like an orange-red colour, isn't it, the Petorian Guard? It's not a solid red, it's like orangey red. I guess they couldn't get it dead red on. Mind you, it could be just the camera, actually, because it looks red to me without the camera. It's probably just the lighting. There we go, good old Stormtrooper. What else do we have? We've got quite a lot here. I'll show off the other ones. Here's a Cerebus squad member from Battlefront 2, the remake, kind of. The EA-owned ones. I don't consider them remakes. They're kind of just their own thing. But he's pretty badass. He's like a shock trooper, in a sense. Thank you very much. Yes, the blanket that I use. I don't sleep on it, but like, it's usually on my bed and it looks nice. And if my feet do get a little cold, I put it over there. We've got a good old classic here. A good old C-3PO. Do you remember the days when C-3PO was just solid yellow and not gold? Yeah, me too. Although the printing detail is a lot more nicer nowadays. For sure. Also like the way his head's sculpted now. It looks nicer and looks a lot more... looks really better. What, 3PO? I can't imagine 3PO being that rare, surely. Oh, no, you mean the solid yellow ones, don't you? That's what you mean. Sorry. I have to remember there's a bit of a delay. We've got a good old snow trooper next. Naturally, Stormtrooper Headpiece. I like the detail that they did with the backpack, which is really cool, because snow troopers have backpacks. Usually. I think it might be something to do with their suit in general. But I just refer to it as the backpack. Yes, classic Yoda ones are. Those are... I've seen those go for ridiculous prices. Here we go. Here's one of my custom Sith Lords, quote unquote. I basically tried to make Jason, not Jason, Darth Caedus, he's also known as, but he's also known as Jason Solo before he turns to the dark side. I tried to make a custom Darksaber, I guess. Oh, thanks, man. I put a Ninjago star on it to give the hilt a bit of a defined look. Other than that, it's just like a regular black piece. And yes, I know Darth Caedus doesn't have a Darksaber, but I just thought it'd be kind of cool to make my own custom piece. And last but not least, we have our good old poster boy Luke, which is Bespin Luke, actually, when he's in the Empire Strikes Back. And he's kind of a Jedi, but not quite, and he gets his ass handed to him by Vader, and he gets his arm cut. Well, his hand, I should say. Not his arm, his hand. I actually like Bespin Luke a lot. Probably my favourite version of Luke, actually. A lot of people love the version of Luke where he's all in black and he's got the green lightsaber and he looks all badass and he's fully trained. But I kind of like the look he has before he becomes fully trained. It's kind of like a diamond in the rough kind of look. Which is quite nice. Also, Bespin Luke usually appears in Cloud City sets, which can be quite hard to get now. This one came in a poly bag. My partner Sean got me the magazine with it, which was really nice of him. I kept ranting on it. Well, I wasn't ranting on it, but I was kind of on about it for weeks, that I was looking forward to the next issue of the Star Wars Lego magazine to come out. And then I was like... And then he got it for me, which was really nice. I was very touched by it. Oh yeah, naturally. I've got some Lego hair pieces in here that are spare. I got like a bunch of Emmett ones for some reason. I bought them off Amazon for I think it was for £5, which weren't too bad. It came with all sorts. There's also a Max headpiece in there for some reason. Right, I'll put this box aside for now, because we're done looking at the accessories. I'll quickly show you the other microfighters that I have. And then we'll call the stream, we'll finish the stream for tonight because I feel like I've waffled on for long enough, and building these was quite nice in their own little way. I like each of what they do and what they represent. Okay then, cool. But yeah, it's quite nice to do these, and overall these are nice. I can't say I like one more than the other really. They're both great. I think I'm a little bit more biased with the Tuscan because I like the Tuscans, but especially after seeing them in The Mandalorian. So, let's quickly show off the other microfighters real fast, because I did say I'd do a little show and tell of the ones that are constructed already. Obviously, you've seen the Naboo Starfighter earlier, which I will quickly show it off again to remind you. Next one is another prequel thing, the Infiltrator, with most people's favourite Sith Lord. I like Maul, but I'm a bit of an oldie and I like Vader a bit more naturally. Obviously that comes off. You can actually take that off and put a hood on him. I like the perpetually angry face. Also, we'll jazz it up a little. There we go. Now he wants to speak to the manager. So, Darth Karen, I guess you could say. I couldn't resist making that joke. You got to do a Karen joke at least once, right? Is this original? It's not an original Maul. It's part of a microfighter set that was released, I believe, last year. No, 2019. This is the set that it's from, 2019. And I like the Infiltrator as well. It's quite nicely put together. The wings also can move, although they don't move in the film. I did like the Phantom Menace. A lot of people disliked it, and I just liked all the stuff that it had going for it. I mean, even Jar Jar was kind of fun in his own little way. He was supposed to be comedic, but a lot of people took it super seriously and were like, oh, Jar Jar's the worst thing ever. And I'm like, you weren't that awful. He was definitely more marketed and geared towards the kids at the time. And me being a kid, I bought into it, so... Also, Liam Neeson's Qui-Gon Jinn was always cool. And Darth Maul was really excellent. And the fact that he survives after the Phantom Menace is just amazing to me. Especially the whole storyline with him having his robotic legs, which is really cool. Also, his brother Savage is a minifigure as well you can buy. He goes for quite a lot, though. He's hard to get a hold of. Next one we have is a classic. Well, it's not really a classic. It's First Order because of the red markings. But it's as classic can be with a TIE fighter, because how often can you change the design of a TIE fighter? Let's be real. Okay, cool. I'll have to look at that in a moment when the stream's finished up. But yeah, naturally, it's a good old TIE fighter pilot. If you take the helmet off, he has the angry Stormtrooper face, like they all have. There we go. The only thing I'm not too keen on is that this bit moves, but it's probably because of the sprocket that it's attached to. But as they always make, the ever-going sound of the TIE fighter, which is quite nice. Next is my favourite craft, or rather my favourite ship, and it's because I played a lot of Rogue Squadron and I would always use this ship, and that's the Y-Wing. The Y-Wing is my favourite ship that the Rebels used, Also, the fact that they called them Gold Squadron. I mean, come on, how cool is that to call the Y-Wing group Gold Squadron? It's amazing. Unfortunately, they get completely wrecked and die, but regardless, they're still great. And plus, they bomb stuff. They do the bombing on the Imperial ships, or even on Imperial bases for that matter. And it was just so cool back in Rogue Squadron when you could like just drop the proton bombs when flying. The things move slow as anything, but like that's kind of the point because of their shielding. Whoops. That's just come off. That tends to come off quite often. Just click that back on. There we go. But yeah, I like how happy-go-lucky our pilot is. He's like really happy to be flying that thing. Also, I think he's got a... Oh god, I just realised I'm in a Y-wing and it's about to be shot down kind of look. F in the chat. But yeah, I love the Y-wing. I just love the design and how it looks, and you know, the bombing ships are always good. This bit always seems to come off. It's really irritating. I don't feel like I've put this on correctly, you know. Maybe it's just very loose. Also, these can be fired if you flick them. Hold on, let me just move the camera up a little. It's one of those flick rockets. That was very anticlimactic. I feel like I'm going to break it if I flick it too hard. There we go. But yeah, that's the good old Y-Wing. And last but not least, it's not Microfighter. This is one of the 4+ sets. And I'm a bit of a stickler for this ship as well. It's not my overall favourite, but it is a nice set regardless. This came with C-3PO, funnily enough. It's one of the 4+ sets. They're very easy to put together. You have the good old A-Wing. Oh, whoops. That shouldn't happen. That shouldn't have happened. No, I've just decapitated our A-Wing pilot. It is nice. I do like the way it's designed. Some people are not too keen on these 4+. There we go. My A-Wing pilot has like been split in half. He's been Darth Mauled. There we go. Does he have 2 expressions? I can't remember if he does. No, it's just the one expression with him. How much for it? I'd probably sell it for what I'd paid for it, to be fair. I think it was £14, I think, when I bought it at the time. He'll give me $89. Oh my god, yeah, please. But yeah, some people don't like these sets, the 4+ sets, because they look bulky and stuff. But you have to remember that they're really for younger audiences who are just getting into Legos for the first time, and they can find some smaller parts overwhelming. But I mean, on their own, I don't find them to be that to be that bad. I mean, that looks very A-Wing like. And of course, it's Rebel Alliance colours, the red and grey. It's usually brown, I believe, brown and grey, but red works anyway. Maybe it's Resistance colours, I'm not too sure. The A-Wings don't look that different between films, to be fair. It's one of those ships that just barely has the design changed. But yeah, I do like the A-Wing, and I do like the guy's like suit colour and design and his helmet. Naturally, there's nothing at the bottom. I do like the fact that they've added the triangular pieces, so like the ship can land and not topple over. Because some ships do that, believe it or not, depending on what type it is. But yeah, that's pretty much it, really. I mean, I could show off the Star Wars Lego calendar, but I could probably save that for another stream. I feel like I'm chipping all in right now with this. There's a lot here that I've been throwing around, but it's mainly just stuff I've accumulated over time. But I suppose what we could do is we could end the video with the 2 ones that we just put together in focus. I say end the video, end the stream, but like, this is going on the YouTube channel anyway. It's going to be archived. Most of the LEGO streams will be, to be fair. Just put these aside. The only microfighter I've got to track down is the X-Wing, and the X-Wing ones are expensive. The last time I checked, somebody was like selling it for £50, and that's because they have not made any of them. But you never know, they might bring them back in a fashion with the later releases at some point. They'll probably give them Resistance colours from the later films, as opposed to Rebellion colours. Mr. Gold. Oh yes, Mr. Gold indeed. So yeah, overall, shall I give this set a rating out of something, I guess? I mean, they look exactly like they do on the box. Overall, I'd say I give these like a solid 4 out of 5. I'm knocking 1 point off, and it's very petty of me, I know. Gore Lucas. Yeah, there is a George Lucas figure. I have seen that, and that sells for quite a lot too. He's even got the little director's clacker thing. I've forgotten the name. It's like when they go take one, click that thing. The take panel, I guess they're called. I don't know what they're called. I don't work in film, sadly. But yeah, these are really nice. I give these a 4 out of 5, and the reason I'm knocking 1 point off is because this bit on the side was fucking a pain to do, really. But I suppose you could say it's petty. Also, I'm not too in love with the neck part being exposed, but it is what it is. They can only do so much. Also, I feel like the blue shouldn't be on show as much. Obviously on the box art. Oh no, they do. Okay, never mind. My pettiness is being a bit silly there. Even on the box art, they show the blue piece vaguely. Even on that part there, faintly. But you can see it there. And obviously the neck nodule's not being shown because it's looking at the camera. But overall, yeah, I give this a 4 out of 5, to be honest. 6 out of 8 because the head is really nice. Yes, it is. But yeah, thanks very much for watching. And yeah, this was actually a really fun LEGO stream. I'm looking forward to doing these next month. I don't know what set will be next month because naturally I'm just going to go with the flow and see which one I fancy putting together each month. And until then, I'll see you February for the next LEGO stream. Right? Ciao for now.